And welcome back, Children of the Night, to another episode of the Infernal Archive. On this episode, another contemporary one, we are watching Sinners from 2025, starring Michael B. Jordan squared. There's two of them now. I could barely handle one. This is too much talent.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most hyped movies of the year. Mm-hmm. Somehow we missed it in theaters. Mm-hmm. And again, now that the awards are around the corner, this is like nominated for like fucking 17. It's like crazy. It's nominated for like everything. So we figure it being a horror movie and being heavily nominated for the Academy Awards, we should probably finally kowtow to pressure and give it a watch.
Like, I'll say I know why I got disinterested in it. Somebody sewered this movie for me because it's well documented on the show that I'm not the world's biggest From Dusk Till Dawn fan. The other another really bad take I have is I don't like From Dusk Till Dawn. I never have, and I've watched the movie many times because like the turn that happens.
That says everything we need to know.
Yeah. And somebody had said to me, it's a lot like From Dusk Till Dawn, and I'm like, don't say that to me because now I'm not gonna. It's not that I never want to see it, but it's like now I'm not going to go excited. See it in theaters or whatever. Andrew, could you read to us from the Wikipedia scroll of Doom?
Sinners is a 2025 American horror film produced, written, and directed by Ryan Coogler. Set in 1932 in the Mississippi Delta, the film stars Michael B. Jordan in dual roles as criminal twin brothers who return to their hometown in the Jim Crow South. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, the two return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. It co-stars Haley Steinfeld, Miles Caton in his film debut, Jack O'Connell, and Wunmi.
That's the most Irish name, Jack O'Connell. Ryan Coogler directed this movie. Very much Michael B. Jordan has become like what Johnny Depp is to Tim Burton. Michael B. Jordan is to Ryan Coogler. Like he's the guy. Like he's in Creed, he's in Black Panther, and now he's in Sinners. Like they do not work together. Like that is Ryan Coogler. Every time he gets a job, he's calling Michael B. Jordan.
Ryan.
It's interesting. He is a great actor. I do love the Creed films in particular. I really love the Creed films.
Those are excellent. Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting that he's also. What other filmmakers? I guess you have like Martin Scorsese and like Robert De Niro and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Tarantino and Uma Thurman.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We're gonna check out Sinners, and then we will give you our thoughts when we're back.
I know it sounds crazy, but after we kill y'all, we're gonna have heaven right here on earth.
And welcome back, Children of the Night. Very appropriate title for this episode. We just finished watching Sinners from 2025, starring Michael B. Jordan. Andrew, what did you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It coming to this film so late, and all the hype that it's getting, and all the Oscar nominations, and everyone talks about it like it's this ground like crazy, not even groundbreaking. That's not the right word. Like just revelation kind of a movie. I came into it worried that it was going to be way overhyped, and I was not going to enjoy this movie. And it kind of had an opposite effect because I came in with sort of low expectations because of that, and it blew me out of the water. Like really, really excellent. Just can't say enough good things about it, really.
Whoever said this film is like Dusk Till Dawn did it a huge disservice. It is not like From Dusk Till Dawn.
I mean,
at all.
It's like saying, I'm trying to think of a similar. It's like they're both vampire movies, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like I get this like a very lightly like there's a good amount of setup in this movie.
It's like saying Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List are similar because they're both World War II movies. It's like no.
Yeah, no, it's like
not really.
You're missing. Yeah, it just feels like. I feel like and once again, I'm speaking specifically about like From Dusk Till Dawn has the famous turn where the movie goes from one thing and then now it's a vampire
with no setup.
With no setup, it happens. Absolutely, this movie doesn't do that. Like right at the beginning, they show you this little graphic animation. They're like, these things, they bring evil spirits around, and then they show you flashes of these fucking red-eyed creatures really quick, and that's what you get at the beginning. So you're like, okay, that's in this world. That's established from the get-go. It's not a strange thing when it props up later. And then when you do, because it takes a while, there's a lot of setup. Like a lot of the movie is about getting the supplies for this club that Michael B. Jordan, the Michael B. Jordans are setting up or whatever. So that's like an hour, maybe more of that movie is like them setting up for this club and the night they're gonna have.
Yeah.
And then sort of towards the end of them getting their setup ready, we see our first actual vampire and our big first vampire scene. But then after that, it's a nice, steady sort of interjection
pace.
of vampire stuff. And yeah, I just don't agree with the comparison at all. I just and once again, like whether you like it or not, I just think it's untrue to say that this movie is similar to From Dusk Till Dawn. I just don't think they share a lot of DNA.
They're both vampire movies. That's about where the similarities end. There's one particular scene that I'm sure everyone has talked to death. I feel like we're coming to this so late, so I don't want to overstay our welcome by like really going in on too much. Just
Did you see this? Like how we did a year ago.
Yeah. But the scene where it's like I'm pretty sure it was a one take or simulated one take at least.
Yeah.
Where he's playing the song and we're going through and we see all the spirits, present, past, future, and like ties to like the history of music, and it was just this incredibly choreographed. I love how it tied into the story, how it tied into the message. Really got to kind of subtly push that whole like this is where culture started and the importance of this blues music and African American culture, and this is why it's important because it touches all these other areas, and it was just so well done and like quick moment relative to the film, but like touched on so much in terms of like the message and this really the story that we that beginning where it mentioned the power of music and bringing spirits, and I love that scene. I feel like it kind of, if I had to pick one scene to like exemplify the movie, it would probably be that one, even though there aren't vampires in it. It fit the message and the vibe for me in big time.
It's a type of scene where if you described it to me, my brain would be like, oh, that sounds pretentious as fuck.
But it wasn't at all.
No, but the way that it's done in the film, it's like exactly what you want from a filmmaker. Somebody who's like taking really big swings and like really trying to like exemplify. Like we talk about this very often on the show. Like we'll bring up the idea of a thesis for your movie, like presenting a thesis and then sticking to that for the whole film. And this film, more than most, really fucking does that. In the first 2 sentences in this movie, they have this really brief little like, it's not even, I don't even know if it's animated, but it's like there's like illustrations at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
and they do a little setup. They just tell you like this is what this movie's about, and then that is exactly what the whole fucking movie's about. Which is, and that scene exemplifies that, because the music, the movie is about music. It is about black culture in like the early 20th century and the late 19th century. It's about the beginnings of blues and that stuff, and it's about evil spirits trying to encroach upon your culture and your whatever. That's all set up at the very beginning, and it's carried on throughout the entire movie. Like, this film to me, it's vampire movies elevated, like, and in a way that isn't, like I said, pretentious at all. It's just, I think it's as good a vampire movie as you could make. And not in terms, like, we were talking about this a little bit about personal preference, and like, I really desire to see a horrific vampire movie. That is something that I want, and I have not gotten yet. The closest I've gotten in my life is 30 Days of Night, and which I think is a great movie, but I think it really fucking loses itself at the end. Sinners is also not that movie, but it is a banger vampire movie, and it is in it stands tall with all the best vampire movies made so far in history. It's
got enough in there to be a horror movie, even though it wasn't scary, but like it fits into that, like you said, with those other vampire movies, and has a great message. And I mean, we even get to see a bunch of like racists get murdered, which was awesome.
Yeah. we kept joking while we were watching. It's like Quentin Tarantino wishes he could make this movie. Like, that's all he wants is to make this movie, and he will never be able, because Ryan Coogler's voice, I think, captures that setting, those characters. That just it is so, not for 1 second does it feel illegitimate or like it's untruthful. Like it feels
authentic,
honest,
very,
like extremely honest. And I can't always say the same for old Quentin Tarantino. His movies are always entertaining. They're incredible. I love them. But he is clearly not a black guy who writes dialogue for groups that he doesn't necessarily belong to. And sometimes it doesn't always. Sometimes it feels a little cartoony.
Does he look like a bitch? What? Does he look like a bitch? No! Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett?
This movie ain't that. It's like,
No.
Like I said, it's like it feels like Quentin Tarantino would watch this movie and just, I'll never be able to do this. And this is all I want to do. I don't know why. That's like one thought that came to my head. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other scenes. Have to talk about the music. Like we talked that the music is integral to the DNA of this movie, but it's next level good in this movie. Like
like everything from the songs that are like front and in your face to like even just like the background pieces that you have periodically throughout the film. Everything just works so cohesively, nicely together. It's a great example of like music integrated with film in a very
and hitting so many genres. Like you're hitting the blue. At the end, they were hitting metal notes. Like there was electric guitar when the vampires were doing the shit. Where it was like, this is fucking awesome. Like they weren't scared to go play like use musical cues that fit the scene the best. Like they could have just stuck to blues the whole time and that would have been fine. But I like that they were like, well, we know blues inspired fucking like every genre of music after that. So it's like we can get metal in there and it makes sense. And it is because it is a genre that was inspired by rock. Rock was inspired by the blues. Like everything feels like it naturally, as long as it's a fucking guitar, it feels like it fits into that movie.
Totally.
Yeah, the performances were brilliant. Obviously, like Michael B. Jordan is pulling double duties. He's playing brothers that are similar, but have their subtle differences. Like the one is sly, wise talking, and the one is more no nonsense, and he gets that across really well. Like you never get confused as to who's who,
and you never really think about it. Like
No.
that's more than anything. I didn't really think about, oh, that's Michael B. Jordan. There's the one scene at the beginning where we were talking about they passed the cigarette, and like to me it was almost like they're tipping their cap. They're like, yep, this is one guy, but you're not gonna notice it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie, like I didn't really even think about it.
super unobtrusive. Yeah. Once again, like to bring up pretentiousness, it's the type of thing where a lot of filmmakers would want to flex that too hard. Like look at our technology, look how
good we can do
80
this.
takes with whatever, and it's like, okay, it's getting a little eye rolly, but it's never. This movie is never eye rolly.
No.
Everything feels in service to the overall message of the movie, to make the scenes the coolest, to make the scenes the most emotionally effective. Like it's just filmmaking at the highest level.
Absolutely.
With none of the bad baggage that sometimes comes along with that.
Especially when we're talking about in the context of like Oscar nominations and Oscar movies, because I love the Academy Awards. I always have, but the last few years I haven't really given a fuck about most of the movies that are especially in that best picture category. And typically it seems like, especially the last couple of years, the pretentiosity is kind of winning out in terms of what gets a nod from the Academy. And it's really refreshing to see something like this that can be at that extremely high level of filmmaking and have a solid message and be relevant and have a voice and all those things, but it doesn't hit that pretentious note.
It's still a fucking really entertaining film.
Exactly.
That's things like we watched Begonia and we recently, and we both really enjoyed Begonia. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd be happy if Begonia won Best Picture, because I think it's not. I don't know if it's necessarily nominated, but like let's say if it was nominated, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Now that I've seen Sinners, fuck no, Sinners.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other nominees, but in a battle between Begonia and Sinners, Sinners wins that fucking fight every time.
Yeah, big time.
I have no qualms with Sinners winning Best Picture. It is a phenomenal film. It's extremely well written. It's so the direction is like next level good. That's the thing. I like Ryan Coogler movies a lot. Like I enjoy Black Panther. I love the Creed movies, but
this feels like the peak of what he's able to.
Yeah. This feels like him persona. Like this is the first movie I've seen of Ryan Coogler, that where I'm like, the direction of this is part of why it is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Not to say, obviously, like huge credit to him in Black Panther and Creed, but those movies, it
felt like his take on someone else's thing,
kind of,
and this feels like him through
Black
and through.
Panther especially.
Yeah. Which I mean, I guess it's MCU, so that kind of makes sense.
Totally.
But this feels like almost his first like big like this is me out there.
Yeah. This is I think this is the most Ryan Coogler film we've ever seen, because it's like I would have said Creed before that, because I think he did write Creed as well, and I think he wrote Black Panther actually. So there are movies he writes and directs, but it's like this it's like fucking Black Panther is Squirtle, Creed is fucking War Turtle. This is Blastoise, baby, fully evolved. This is maximum Ryan Coogler. It was just so impressed by him as a filmmaker. And now, whenever if I see Ryan Coogler attached to a movie,
I'm seeing it.
Before it was like take it or leave it. Now it's like I fucking need to see that movie.
And we're not missing it in theaters. I do feel that two things that whatever didn't suck about the movie, but one thing, we missed it in theaters, which I really wish we would have had that experience, because I feel like that would have just elevated it that much more. And then one, I even hate to bring it up, but one minor nitpicky thing that we both kind of commented on that I just hate, I don't like across the board, but the aspect ratio change was like, it didn't like ruin anything, but I just, on principle, I just don't like it.
I didn't like certain implementation of it, and then I liked other implementation.
That's true.
Of it.
When they go from like inside to outside and we expand.
Yeah, and you watch the black bars disappear slowly. It feels like it's drawing you in.
It feels more intentional. And then other places where it was just hard cuts back and forth, it felt like
Nolan style.
Yeah,
where it's
Nolan
like
style.
I shot some stuff in IMAX, I shot some stuff not in IMAX, and now I'm just gonna cut between IMAX footage and not IMAX footage, and it's super fucking jarring, and I hate it. It's like
it's such a minor nitpicky thing, but it's something to bring up.
It's not nearly as egregious as Nolan, I will say that. Like Christopher Nolan, if you watch the fucking Dark Knight Rises with the aspect ratio, it is garbage. It's like it will flip flop shot to shot. It will flip flop. It's like, who the fuck thought this was a good idea? This movie doesn't do that. Like at least when it cuts to a different aspect ratio, it will stick with that aspect ratio for the scene, and then it'll cut back. But it is a little jarring when it does those straight cuts. But yeah, like you said, when it does those when it fucking slowly fades out, whatever, that I really liked. I feel like that was additive to the movie.
Totally.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I guess with the pretentiousness, the only pretentious thing might be that aspect ratio. Like that's a little filmmaker. We're doing the Nolan sniffing our own farts thing, and it's like, just either shoot the whole movie in IMAX or fucking don't shoot the movie. Like, just fuck off with your stupid
shit or get off the pot kind of thing. Pick one.
Or like put black bars on the fucking IMAX. Like, it's fine. It's nobody cares. Yes. I think the only other thing I want to bring up is I really loved the aesthetic of the vampires, especially the lead vampire as he developed. Like, I love the glowing eyes thing. Glowing eyes. Always awesome, always
so
chilling,
subtle,
creepy. There's a scene when a guy goes out to take a piss, like they're in this club or whatever, which is like a glorified barn for all intents and purposes, and so everybody's dancing in the barn, and then the guy who's the bouncer, he's like, I gotta go take a piss, so he walks a little ways down this lane so that nobody can see him or whatever, he's in the dark taking a piss on a tree. And then you just hear in the darkness, like the sounds kind of going around, and you just hear, what's his name? Cornbread. Cornbread. And then it's like, what? And then it cut. That was cool too.
Yeah.
The initial vampire attacks, they didn't show you any of them. They would cut away just before something's about to happen, and it was a neat little. It was one of those things where your mind filled it in. Like I didn't need to see the nomming on the neck every time. Like it was more effective to what happened.
And it made it more impactful when we did see the attack, and 100%. It was like, oh shit.
Because it was used more strategically, totally. But yeah, other than that, it's like we watched the lead vampire is the one you kind of watch transform into more of a creature. And so he starts with just like the glowing eyes, and then his nails grow long and his fingers get really long, and that's really well done, and it looked incredible. Yeah, it was just perfect. It just added that little bit of fucking inhumanness, uncanniness, and it didn't look like an effect. It looked like his hands. Like that's the thing. A lot of movies that do the hand thing, it's like you're like, I can tell it's a whatever, but this didn't feel like that. And then later on, when like towards the end of the film, you see him like his whole fucking face contorts and he doesn't go full like bat creature, but like has a really cool, unique, creepy look. Almost kind of looked like fucking what's his name, Baraka from Mortal Kombat, if you know what I'm talking about, the guy with the fucking the teeth and the knives out of his hands. Sort of had that thing going on. I think that's everything kind of for me. Like the music, the banger direction, the fucking amazing performances.
Yeah.
The creature design I thought was great. Just a entertaining film beginning to end. Just
Entertaining
super intriguing to watch.
and filmmaking at a high level. Elevated. Yeah.
Couldn't recommend it enough.
I think we said 12 and a half. Like, we had to give it. It's not like, again, personal preference wise more than anything, in terms of like the horror side.
Yeah.
We couldn't give it a 13 just because it wasn't like, it didn't hit that like horrific, like horror tone. But like everything else about this film was, like 10 out of 10, I would say.
Yeah, extremely worth watching. Like,
Yeah.
it's on Crave right now. If you haven't seen it, absolutely. If you have a Crave subscription, give it a watch. Like, it just very worthwhile. Good night on the couch watching a film. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, you got any other things you're
Nope.
trying to say?
I would just say check it out. And if you're like myself now, I'm going to be rooting for it at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, me too. It needs to win. It must win. That's the thing that, like, talking about the music. I know this movie's like nominated for a ton of things, but I don't know what it's nominated for other than Best Picture. And but it's like I will bet my limbs and my eyeballs on the fact that it is nominated for Best Original Score. It is nominated for Best Director. Like, I can just say these things, but it's like it deserves those things.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah.
know that for a fact, but I basically might as well know that for a fact because it was actually that good. The hype is real, I guess. Easy one-liner. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Infernal Archive, and we will catch you next time.